So let's get into Declare a Play Tournament. All right, 12 boards, Declare a Play only, auctions given to us. Let's take a look at the auction, see if we can gain any insights as to what's going on. Also talk about some of the decisions. Partner opens a diamond. We've got an 11 count. 2 spade overcall. We do have 4 hearts, so we decide to make a negative double. I think this is pretty clear as a way to start the auction. Partner bids 3 diamonds, and we do have a decision to make here over 3 diamonds. I mean, our double already showed invitational values, so partner's showing like a minimum with the 3 diamond bid. I understand the preamps make things complicated, and sometimes we have some guesswork to do. Partner could have a little bit extra for the 3 diamond bid and just not have anything else that they want to say. But I think most of the time, if partner had a game force or like extra values here, they would bid 3 spades to clarify that they want to be in game opposite what is an invitational or better hand with the negative double. And again, yes, like we don't have to have an invite. We could have a singleton spade, 4 hearts, and like 8 or 9 points for this bid. Again, preamps make things hard, but generally we want to treat this as an invitational hand. So when partner bids 3 diamonds like this, and our hand just isn't fitting partners at all, partner doesn't have a heart fits, or queen 10 fourth of hearts is going to be pretty slow. Ace queen of spades is fine, but we have a lot of wasted honors in the opponent's suit, which is going to take a couple of tricks, as opposed to helping to set up tricks in partner's suit. Queen third of diamonds is nice. I think at imps, I would definitely bid 3 now. At match points, I would absolutely... I think I would pass 3 diamonds. It's... I guess you could say it's a tricky spot, because partner could be something like 2-3, 5-3. It's hard to believe that partner could have 4 diamonds. I guess partner could be 3-3-4-3 and have 4 diamonds. But I think we are almost certainly in a 5-3 fit, because partner would have bid 3 clubs if they had 4-4 in the minors. So my expectation is 3 diamonds probably plays fine, and 3 no trump is going to struggle to take tricks when it's going to take forever for us to set up diamonds, hearts, or clubs. But anyway, here we are. We got to 3 now. We get a spade lead, and well, we do have some problems. So let's say we get 2 spades and 3 hearts. That gets us up to 5. 2 diamonds would get us up to 7. I mean, it's pretty likely we can set up the diamond suit. The big issue is going to be communication. I feel like it's probably right to pitch a club from dummy at trick 1. Like if diamonds happen to split, we can use the hearts as entries to the diamonds. Like if West has ace third of diamonds, for example. I'm a little bit nervous about the diamonds not splitting, given the preempt. I mean, another thing to consider is that West actually passed over our double, and West is known to have 3-card spade support. So East preempted on king empty 6 of spades, because the jack of spades is from jack 10. We also have to decide if we're ducking trick 1. There's a lot of work to do. Wouldn't this hand have just been easier to play in 3 diamonds? Well, we're here now. So is the rest of the field. Also, why did partner bid 3 diamonds and not 3 clubs? Like, what is partner do? I didn't even get to that point. But what was 3 diamonds instead of 3 clubs with 5-5 in the minors? Okay. Anyway, let's focus on 3 now. We do have to duck a spade eventually. One of the things that I'm very nervous about, though, is what if East has one of the red aces? And I think East is pretty likely to have at least one of the aces, if not more than one. Probably just one. I mean, King of Spades, Ace of Hearts, Ace of Clubs, for example, would be way too much stuff to overcall two spades, at least for this opponent. And especially with West not being a passed hand. So, like, if I pitch a club and the Jack of Spades wins, even if West continues a spade, I pitch another club, I knock out, let's say, the Diamond Ace. West wins and plays a third spade. Now East is going to be able to get in with a heart or a club and run the spade suit. On the other hand, if I duck 2 spades, then the opponents could just switch. It's not so obvious they will, but I mean, I think human opponents would probably work it out. You know, Jack of Spades holds, West continues the 10 of spades, East overtakes with the king. Again, I duck. But then he switches to clubs or something because I pitched a few too many clubs from dummy. This hand's really complicated. I mean, if I can work out what Ace East has, I would be in a lot better shape. If it's clubs, there's probably not much I can do. But if it's diamonds or hearts, I can try and knock out that ace first and keep East off lead. I think regardless of what I do, I have to pitch a club at trick 1 and duck. A diamond switch. No way. Well, that, I mean, that's not good defense, but we gladly accept. All right, we found East Ace. Now we're in excellent shape. A club comes back. That's fine. They're going to set up some club tricks probably. But nope, just kidding. Looks like we're in excellent shape. And diamonds were in fact 4-1. So if we had won the first trick and gone after diamonds, it probably wouldn't have been very effective. West would have a secondary diamond stopper. So let me think about how to handle the play from here. East pitched a spade. Because if I'm able to set up the heart suit, then I'm in pretty good shape. The unfortunate thing is that I'm a little bit lacking in communication between the hands. I guess I'll win the 8 of diamonds and play a couple of hearts. What I want to do is I want West to take the ace of hearts on the second round, so I'm going to play a heart to the king and then lead the jack of hearts. And this will make it so that if East has 3 small hearts and West has ace third, it's going to be pretty difficult for West to duck the ace here. I mean, they might work out to do so, but it's not going to be obvious to them to do so. Because East could have queen third, for example. Maybe pretty unlikely based on the way that the play has gone, but... Okay, well, that just makes things very easy. Now I can claim the rest. Alright, 400. Oh, I see what was going on. East had 7 spades. things are starting to make sense. I mean, it wasn't really a possibility I considered, not at these colors specifically, and especially once we place East with an ace and the Spade King, there's no reason to not preempt at the 3 level if you decide to do so. I think it's fine to preempt 3 spades on East's hand. I think it's also fine to overcall a spade. My preference would probably be to overcall at the 1 level. But anyway, board 2. Well, we made 3 no, so look, we're brilliant for pulling partner's 3 diamond bid. Way to go, us. Defense probably could have done a lot better on that one. Okay. Pass. We pass in second seat. We have 10. Probably not worth an opening bid. Vulnerable. Partner opens a club in fourth. We bid a heart. Partner bids 2 hearts. And for whatever reason, we bid 3 clubs. This is the thing about these robot game tries that I really don't understand. Like, why would this hand bid 3 clubs as opposed to 3 diamonds, for example? I don't know. But here we are. We decide to game try with 3 clubs. Partner bids 4 hearts. I think it's fine. I don't want to keep making the point that I just don't really have a lot of respect for game tries in general. I think it gives away too much info to the defense. But I'll bring it up again just because it keeps happening. I mean, granted, if you're just going to make a random bid, effectively psyching a game try, like, I guess it doesn't give anything away, because who knows what 3 clubs shows in the robot system. But in general, if your 3 club bid is descriptive in some way, showing, you know, weakness in clubs, for example, especially for people who play it as something like queen third or worse in the suit, like looking for a lot of help to fill in the cards for their partner, then, you know, when partner rejects the game try, the opponents always underlead that suit. They'll lead away from king jack, they'll lead away from the ace, and collect 3 quick tricks in the suit, and that's just a disaster at match points, especially in the suit that your partner opened. So anyway, we're in 4 hearts. We get a diamond lead, the 8 of diamonds. So it's either king 10, 8, which seems effectively impossible for these opponents, or it's going to be 8 doubleton or possibly singleton 8. Hoping for 8 doubleton, of course, because then we should be able to set up the diamonds pretty easily by taking 2 finesses. So along the way, then, we would also like to try and pull trumps if we could, and take some club hooks. That's going to be our objective here. Hopefully losing just 1 heart and 1 club. If we can rough the 3rd round of diamonds, and diamonds are set up, and we've been able to successfully take some club finesses, then we'll be in great shape. All right. So how do I want to handle the first trick? I definitely want to win this in my hand, but one thing that I would really like to do is kind of clarify whether or not the opening lead is from king 10-8 or 8 doubleton. Now, with these opponents, that might not be so important, but in the real world, when West could easily be leading a diamond because it's one of the unbid suits away from the king here, if we play low, East with a bunch of low cards is of course going to play a low one, but East with king 10-8, or sorry, king 10, would also play low, because they know that the only way their partners led the 8 of diamonds from length is if they have queen 9-8. So they would never play the king, or the 10, or whatever on this trick. They would just let the 8 of diamonds run around into our 9, and then we would have a guess, right? We might play ace of diamonds, diamond rough to try and drop king 10 third. But if we hop up with the jack, East is going to be forced to play the king. So I really want to play the jack. The thing I'm concerned about is whether or not East will play the king. I think they will, so let's do it. All right, we do get to win this in our hand. If the jack of diamonds had held, it's not like that's bad news for us, but we're in the wrong hand to start taking finesses, and hearts and clubs is the only issue. So let's go ahead and work on the trump suit, I think. We do want to pull trumps. So I guess because it's match points, let's assume everything splits. Like, certainly hearts could be 4-1, diamonds could be 5-1. We might run into problems if either of those happen. But I would rather try and pick up the trumps for no losers, which we can do if West has King Doubleton, for example, and East has 10-3, and still take some club finesses. All right, heart goes around to the king, a diamond comes back, we'll stick in the 9. So off to a good start for now. We need to ruff a diamond at some point and take some club finesses. And now seems like a prime opportunity to try a club finesse. If we continue by pulling trumps, we're going to run out of entries to the south hand to do everything we need to do. So really important to use this diamond entry to take club hooks. I guess I'll try running the 10. Okay, West covers with the queen, so we'll win the ace. And now, assuming hearts split, we're in great shape. What do we do if hearts don't split? Let me think about this for a second. So, like, let's say I play the ace of hearts and East shows out. I guess I can then use clubs to produce an entry to my hand, ruff the diamond, eventually play a heart to the jack, and I will lose another club and a heart, the 10 of hearts, but I will be able to ruff the diamonds good. And obviously, if both players follow to the ace of hearts, I can just claim. All right, they're going to get a club, but that is the end of the tricks for the defense. So helpful diamond lead, allowing us to take 2 finesses against both the king and 10 of diamonds. Kind of understandable on an auction like this. I mean, a spade lead, I think, is very clear from West's hand on this auction. I've never been a believer in doubleton leads, but the robots seem to like it just because, you know, double dummy, they might be optimal, but single dummy, they just aren't. Board 3. All right, let's see what happened here. We opened a spade. We have what looks like 15. Okay, a spade, 2 spades, 4 spades. This auction doesn't make any sense to me. Partner doesn't need all that much for a 2 spade bid. Favorable. I mean, regardless of the fact that our robot partner would only do this with 6 or more high card points, but 6 high card points and we have a pretty flat hand. No real spot cards. Our diamond suit's pretty bad. Jack of clubs could be worthless. I don't understand why we're bidding game with this hand. I would very much prefer to just open these hand types and no trump, assuming our system allows it, because then we don't have to put ourselves in this awkward position where, like, the correct thing to do is to make a game try with this hand over 2 spades. Sometimes partner has 10 and 4 trumps or something and, you know, forgot to make a limit raise, and we get to game. Sometimes partner has a 6 count with 3 spades and is pretty flat, and they were just bidding 2 spades to preempt the auction, and we can stay out of a bad game. But then again, that runs the risk of we have to go through a game try with this sort of hand. Anywho, we get to 4 spades. Let's see what partner has. Not much, but their stuff kind of fits with ours. A little bit. Alright. So King of Diamonds lead. Definitely makes sense to win this and ruff a diamond. And I suppose at that point we're just going to try and knock out the club ace. We'll be able to win a spade return eventually and ruff another diamond and then potentially cash a 3rd round of clubs. So I think that's going to be the play. So ace of diamonds, diamond ruff, king of clubs. And obviously if they duck, we can continue the club queen. Hopefully ruff a third round of diamonds over, cash a club, pitching a heart. Maybe even play another club, pitching a fourth diamond, depending on how we feel, and then try and pick up the spades later. Makes sense to me. Okay, they take the club ace and switch to spades, which is great news for us. Now, I still think it makes sense to try and ruff another diamond. Three, 10, king, ace. West has turned up with an awful lot of high cards so far. King, queen of diamonds, ace of clubs. Alright, anyway, let's ruff a diamond. So it's probably right to play a heart to the ace and then cash the spade queen before trying to run clubs. I'm just thinking, is there any reason to adopt a different line of play? Like, let's say I play 2 rounds of clubs and he shows out in ruffs. I could over ruff. And exit, let's say, a diamond. In theory, someone could get end played into like giving me either the spade jack or the heart king. That doesn't feel as strong as maybe the jack of spades just falls because the opponent's defended poorly, or it was king jack doubleton in East hand. So yeah, let's cross to the heart ace, queen of spades, overtake the jack of clubs. If a club cashes, we're in good shape. Great. So they get to ruff with the spade jack, but we do have the rest. Making 5. Not much the defense could do about that one. Looks like we were always going to be in pretty good shape. If they didn't play a round of trumps, we would be able to ruff an extra diamond if we chose to do so. All right, what happened here? Board 4. Pass, pass, pass. We are in 4th seat. We have a 20 count, unbalanced. We decided to open a club. Could have opened 2-0. I don't think there's anything wrong with a 2-0 opening bid, but 1 club I think would be the popular choice. Spade overcall on our left. Partner decides to bid 2 clubs. 3 spades on our right. Wow. We have a tricky decision here over 3 spades. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Playing in 4 hearts just absolutely cannot be the right contract. It doesn't matter what's going on in this hand, but it is a fact that partner doesn't have 4 hearts. It is a fact that we are going to get tapped in spades if we play in a heart contract, because they're just going to lead spades at tricks 1 and 2. So it can never be correct for us to play in 4 hearts. We know this over 3 spades. We don't have to like think about this. Like, you know, if we double and partner bids 4 diamonds, what are we supposed to do next, right? 4 hearts is just illogical. So what should we do over 3 spades? I mean, the takeout double's fine, but we have to have a plan, right? And I think it's okay to have that plan be, let's just play 5 clubs if partner doesn't bid 3 now or pass. I think that's okay, because we do have a big club fit, right? Partner has at least 4 of them, should have at least 4 of them. Often is going to have 5 for this type of bid. And I know that the king of spades isn't a great card, but we do have a lot of aces and kings. It's hard to see where all of our losers are coming from. So maybe 11 tricks is possible if 3 no trump isn't available. We could just decide to bid 3 no over 3 spades. I don't think that's so crazy. The overcaller frequently has the spade ace, and therefore it's going to be hard for them to lead the ace of spades at trick 1. There are definitely layouts where they will. Like if West has, say, ace queen 10 of spades and maybe an outside ace or something, ace of diamonds, let's say, then they might lay down the spade ace at trick 1, just hoping their partner has the jack of spades or that they can pin a jack doubleton and dummy. But a lot of the time, West will just lead a low spade into our king, and this does look like a hand where we're pretty likely to be able to take the next 9 tricks. Partner could have nothing in spades, king of clubs, queen of hearts, right? That would be 9 tricks off the top once our king of spades scores. So I think 3-0 has a lot going for it. I don't mind the double, but double followed by 4 hearts is nonsense. There's no rationale behind this bid. Anyway, we got here now. Let's see what we can do with it. We get the 9 of diamonds lead, another doubleton lead. I mean, I would say good news for us if we were playing in a standard field. It looks like 5 clubs might be going down on this lie of the cards. The queen of diamonds is clearly offside. The 9 of diamonds is from a doubleton. So we have a diamond loser, a spade loser, and a heart loser. And there's just not much we can do about all those losers. I suppose there are some chances to end play an opponent if they get careless on defense, but more likely than not, we're going to go down in 5 clubs. 3 no trump, of course, has play. We just need a low spade from West or no spade lead from West, and we would make that contract. But we're in 4 hearts. And, you know, the fact that West didn't lead a club, I think, gives us some hope. Also, it's worth noting that East preempted 3 spades, not 4. Now, there's no guarantee that means spades are 6-4, but I think it's possible that spades are 6-4. I mean, again, this would be a little bit weird. West forgot to preempt in first seat, but that could be because West has a 3-card major on the side. So I'm kind of hoping that West has a shape that's like 6-3-2-2, in which case we can actually make this thing. Our line of play basically is to win the diamond king and duck a heart out of hand. And then if they play 2 rounds of spades, we discard our diamond loser, which we know about from the opening lead. And so then they can't play a 3rd spade. We get to roughen the short trump hand. So we'll lose a spade and, well, 2 spades and a diamond. But then if hearts split, we're in great shape. Even if hearts don't split, this is still going to be the best line of play that we can come up with. Because if hearts are 4-2, we're going to need to pull 3 rounds of trumps to see if they're 3-3, but then we can run the clubs. So this seems like the right line of play to me. I'll just duck a heart at trick 2. West plays the jack, East the 9. A heart comes back. I'm going to play low because I don't think there's any chance West has led from queen 3rd here. So queen pops up. Let's see if we can pull some trumps. Ooh, okay. Man, we have stolen this contract from the opponents now, as long as the ace of clubs holds up. All right. There's no real hope of gaining extra tricks here. We have to pull the last trump, then we're out of trumps, and because East has the long diamond, I mean, like, technically we could play East for the ace of spades and play for a strip squeeze. I guess it doesn't hurt to run some tricks and see what happens, but in general, I think I'm just going to cash the diamond ace. I am obviously very nervous about just going down and in a contract like this. Pretty happy to have at least made it. So spades were 5-5, which is interesting. Yeah, so East is down to 2 diamonds and 1 spade, but if we exit the king of spades and West has the ace, we just go down in what would have been a making contract. And we only made it because West made a mistake on the first round of trumps by hopping up with the Jack of Hearts. We were, of course, not going to make it if West had just played low on that trick. And this is a thing that, as a defender, I think you become more comfortable with experience. That when Declare leads a low trump towards Dummy's honor and you have the honor, it's just very natural to play low on that trick. No matter what your honor holding is. All right, pass, a spade. I mean, there are some exceptions, but in general, like in this case, it's very clear that Declare does not have the ace, king, queen of hearts, because otherwise they would have played them. Pass, we open a spade. We got 15. Good hand. 2 diamond overcall. 2 no trump on our right. Okay, I mean, 3 spades is crazy. Like, why would we ever bid in this auction? You know, West overcall could be Swiss cheese, because that's just what the robots do, and East is a passed hand. But East has showed spades, and it's really bad news when the player on our right shows our suit, and we have what looks like, you know, maybe a potential 1 loser suit, ace, king, 10, 8, the 6th. It's pretty clear that East has like queen, jack, 9, 4th, or maybe even queen, jack, 9, 5th. So we're asking for trouble with this bid, and it looks like we got it. East made a penalty double. We get the king of diamonds lead. Okay. Well, partner has a pretty good hand for us. Let's see what the defense does at trick 2. King of diamonds holds. They continue the diamond ace. This is actually really good news for us, because what I want to do is I want to start shortening myself in the south hand. So we will... Whoa! Okay, sure, buddy. Oh my. Okay, well that gives us... extra chances, I think. I haven't counted how many tricks I'm taking. We've lost a diamond. We have 2 clubs to lose, and we'll probably lose a spade at this point. I guess spades could be 5-0, so we might lose 2 spades, but I don't think we're going to lose 3 spades anymore. And if spades are 4-1, I think we're making this. So the idea is I want to use one of my heart entries to lead the jack of diamonds from dummy. If East doesn't ruff, I just get a pitch club. Great news for us. If East does ruff, then I can over ruff a heart, and then lead another round of diamonds, which will again shorten myself in trumps. And therefore, having ruffed effectively twice with this 10 and 8 of spades combination, I will then later be able to throw the opponents in clubs, and they'll have to play spades for me. I can pick off a queen, jack, 4th of spades, and East's hand. If I just lead spades from dummy, like for example, if I go king of hearts, ace of hearts, heart ruff right now, and lead a spade, East will split their honors from queen, jack, 4th, and then I wouldn't be able to pick up the spade suit unless West had singleton 9. So let me think about the best order to do all of this in, because I don't want East to be able to make a profitable discard. I think I want to go ace of hearts and then a heart to the king before leading the jack of diamonds. I don't think this is going to matter much. I mean, it's pretty impossible that West has 5 or 6 hearts. For their 2 diamond overcall, they would have overcalled 2 spades if they had a bunch of hearts and a bunch of diamonds. So maybe cashing the ace of hearts is kind of unnecessary. Although I'm going to have to do it eventually anyway. I'm just thinking, can East have a singleton club? Like, do I need to cash the club ace before doing all of this? If East has a singleton club, West is 5-5 in the minors. They probably should have overcalled 2-0. I mean, things would be really bad if East has a singleton club, because then West will be able to rough in on the third round of hearts, and I wouldn't get a second dummy entry. Anyway, let's play heart to the king and the jack of diamonds. Alright, East roughs with the 6, so we just get to over-rough cheaply. Let's go ace of hearts. Cash the club ace before anything silly happens to that card. Rough a heart, hopefully. Now lead another diamond. So we get to rough in with the 5 of spades. That's trick 7. We do have the ace king of spades, but we shouldn't be able to take any more tricks. Let's see if we can crocodile cue them by leading club. East wins the king. East has the queen of clubs. That's too bad. And then switches to the queen of spades. Good defense. Oh, was singleton 9. Well, that's kind of disappointing. So people would be able to make this on a much simpler line of play. Just 3 rounds of hearts roughed and then lead a spade towards the ace king 10. They'll be able to pull trumps. Anyway, 730. I mean, very silly double by East. I mean, terrible overcall by West. Just make a takeout double with that shape. Anyway, board 6. We're all plus today so far. And all game contracts, including 3 spades doubled. Not this hand, though. Pass, pass. A no trump on our left. Strong. Partner makes a penalty double. And we decide to pull to 2 hearts. I'm not terribly familiar with bidding theory in this spot, because partner's range is weighted towards the bottom end of their high card total, which means that partner is pretty likely to have like 15 or 16. I mean, depending on how you define the penalty double. So if that's the case, we have about half the high cards combined between our hand and partners. Now, the thing that I personally believe is that these penalty doubles shouldn't just show high cards. They should show a interest in actually penalizing a no trump, which means that partner should have a reasonable lead of his own. And if that's the case, with all of the cards sitting behind declare and partner being on lead, hopefully having, you know, like king, queen, jack, fifth or something and spades or clubs to lead from, I would definitely want to take my shot at defending a no trump doubled. Plus 200 would be a huge match point score. If they get minus 180, it's not the end of the world. But I think we would be pretty likely to get plus 200, assuming partners really got a hand over there. And of course, sometimes we just strike gold when partner has like a 22 count. But anyway, we decide to run to 2 hearts, which seems fine. King of spades opening lead. Yeah, so on partner's actual hand, they have flat 16. It's just a real question as to whether or not you want to be making a penalty double with this hand. Partner's a passed hand. Your side can't have game. You do know you want to be defending, but how confident are you that you're actually beating a no trump with a hand like this? I'm not sure. Partner would lead a club, and I think a lot of it might hinge on whether or not we find heart switches fast enough, or possibly on how the club suit breaks. If it's 3-3, we would probably be in decent shape. King of spades lead. Okay. Well, we should definitely duck trick 1. And then what exactly is our plan? I think our plan could be to try and rough a couple of clubs in the south hand, eventually taking a diamond finesse. So like we duck trick 1. Let's suppose West switches to clubs. We win the ace. Heart to the king. Spade to the jack. Ace of spades, pitch a club, club rough. I guess at this point we would want to lead a diamond to try and set up our diamond trick. West hops up with the ace, plays another trump, we win the ace, we rough a club. Hopefully everything splits, diamond to the king, run the club suit, they get their master trump, and that's it. That seems like a pretty reasonable plan at match point, so let's try it. Okay, 2 rounds of spades. All right. Let's cash the club ace. These opponents might give me a count signal. But I think in general, a lot of players might cash the ace of spades before the club ace. That gives a lot of information to the opponents. Because not only do you show out in spades, but you're also discarding a club. By cashing the club ace first, you just reveal less. I mean, these are going to be the cards we play to the next 2 tricks, but by doing it in this order, we forego the opponents conveying as much information as possible to each other. Ace 6 9 jack. It looks like clubs are 4-2. If someone had 3 clubs with the deuce, they would have played the 2 on this trick. So let's pitch a club. Our plan, I think, is still going to be to set up the club suit. But so East has played high-low. West played the jack and the king, so it's kind of looking like West or East might have queen 10 fourth. All right, let's lead a diamond towards the king. And now we pause to think. So it seems likely spades are 4-4. I mean, obviously East doesn't have 5 of them. I think the queen of spades still hasn't shown up. Although I have to admit I wasn't watching carefully, but East did not preempt, or not preempt, East didn't transfer. So I think spades are 4-4. If East has 4 clubs as well, then I guess if East is 4-2-3-4, you know, the unfortunate thing is that we're a little bit tangled. Like, let's say we rough a club now. West can over rough. And even if trumps are now 2-2, I mean, West has a number of winning options, but one of them would be to underlead their diamond ace to their partner's queen, let's say, to get another round of clubs through, promoting a trump trick. I mean, that would be the last trick for the defense. It's not like we're going down in this contract, but I'm trying to find a way where I only lose 2 more tricks. And it looks pretty impossible to me. Like, even if I play a diamond now and East doesn't hop up with their diamond on her to play a club through, I think West can just win and play back another diamond. Dummy gets tapped, and now the clubs all become useless, and I can't rough the 4th round of diamonds in dummy. I guess the most likely way for them to make a mistake here I actually can't find a way for them to make a mistake. That's disappointing. I guess it's possible that West is the one false carding in clubs, but that would be very unusual. West would then have started with King, Queen, Jack, 10 of clubs and led the King, Queen of spades instead. That doesn't seem very likely at all. So what happens if I play a diamond and East wins and returns a club? I ruff low. West over roughs. But then West just plays back a diamond. So the dummy gets forced. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. Let's what if I ruff a club and West mistakenly goes ace of diamonds, queen of diamonds? Pinning, say, East Jack third. My 10 sets up. I ruff. I mean, that would work. Alright, let's give it a shot. Ace of diamonds. Queen of diamonds. 7 of spades. Is this somehow, like, good enough to beat me? Or not beat me, but at least prevent me from scoring 10 tricks? It's looking like maybe the answer is yes. Alright. East roughs with the 10 of hearts. Something very confusing is going on, because, like, if West started with the heart queen... Okay, so West started with 5 spades. Two clubs. Let's over rough. Let's rough a diamond, I guess. I can always make 9 tricks. I rough a diamond, cash the heart ace, 7 of clubs rough with the 9 of hearts. I think I'm only getting 9. Yeah, they get 1 more trick. West started with queen jack, 3rd of hearts. Nothing I could do, I don't think. Super weird for East to rough that with the 10 of hearts. I guess it worked though. Plus 140. I'm not sure if we could do better. Maybe someone will find a way to score 170 there. Alright, we're first seat, everyone vulnerable, we pass. Partner opens a heart in 3rd. We bet a no trump. Partner passed. Balanced minimum. Thanks, Pard. 6 of spades lead. Oh, so partner forgot to open a no trump. I actually don't understand why the robots upgrade 17 counts out of the no trump opener when they have a 5-card major, but they don't upgrade 14 counts into the no trump opener. That's just very backwards. I mean, in essence, the 14s are more important to upgrade. Because you know, your minimum opener is actually quite. You really want to shrink that range of the minimum opener so that partner can always feel comfortable passing when you rebid a no trump. Anyway, 6 of spades lead. We'll play small. 6, 3, 8. Okay. Good start. Feels natural to go after clubs. The diamonds are pretty likely to produce at least one stopper. Possibly 2, depending on the location of the missing honors. And if we play on hearts and hearts happen to not split, we only set up 1 extra trick, whereas playing on clubs, we're pretty likely to get at least 1 extra trick. So let me think about how I want to actually approach the club suit. Because if I lead, say, the jack of clubs and West covers, that's really good for me. Then I get to win the ace and then just knock out the other club card. If West doesn't cover, I can, I guess, run the jack of clubs. And then depending on where we are later in the play, we'll either decide to cross to the heart king and play a club to the 10 or just go ace of clubs club. That makes sense to me. All right, West does cover, so that's good news. Jack, queen, ace 7. I mean, that cover probably sounds like it's from king, queen. Either way, I'm going to try and lead the 8 of clubs back. I really want this to just hold the trick. Perfect. So actually it looks like West covered from queen third, which is not that unreasonable to do. If East had the 9 of clubs, it would have been very important for West to cover. So let's set up our long club. West pitches a diamond. We get the queen of diamonds switch. All right, let's cover. Diamond comes back to the jack. We'll play another diamond. I wasn't paying attention. West threw a diamond, but I think it was a small one. I'm pretty sure the 7 of diamonds is still out, but I could be wrong about this. So I don't think my 5 is high. We unfortunately don't have a very useful squeeze available. If I was able to cash 3 rounds of hearts and then get back to my hand to play the 9 of clubs, we might have some sort of squeeze. I guess I can cash the spade ace and hope that maybe there's a double squeeze. Oh, actually, that's actually... Wait, this is a really good plan. This is a much better plan than I was thinking. Because it looks like West has the spade king. So East has the diamond length, West has the spade length, or West has the king of spades. So we can now Vienna coup the ace of spades. And in fact, we actually can claim now, because West has the spade king and East has the long diamond. So a heart to the king and the 9 of clubs will be 100% squeeze no matter where the rest of the cards are. And the robots won't force us to go through the motions of the squeeze. But yeah, as you can see, East did still have the 7 of diamonds. But I will show it in the replay here, which is... But I do think that this is a cool feature, and I think this is an important feature. Also, nice non-preempt from West on the 6-card spade suit over there. Where, because we had 100% line of play, we can just claim on the hand. We don't need to play the hand out. Even though it's a squeeze, the squeeze was 100%. And in real life, it would work this way, where, I don't know why East returned the 6 of diamonds instead of the 7, but whatever. They're trying to save the beer card. So yeah, we pitch a spade, play a spade to the ace, and what we were going to do from here... Okay, fine, East threw a heart, which was silly, but presume that East discarded a club instead, because they could have. Then they would still have Jack 4th of hearts. We would then lead the 5 of hearts to the king. And now when we play the 9 of clubs, West has to keep the king of spades, so they can have at most 2 hearts in their hand. And East has to keep the 7 of diamonds, so they'll be forced to pitch hard on this trick. So no matter where the missing hearts are, we know the 7 of diamonds is here, we know the king of spades is here. We just have a claim by playing the 10 of hearts to the ace and cashing the queen. And like I said, that's a claim that we would be able to make in real life too. Depending on your level of play. I mean, maybe not at the local club, but at a national tournament. Board 8, we're still all plus. This, for whatever reason, being all plus doesn't make me too happy to see this auction. All right, what happened here? A diamond, a no trump. We decided to make a takeout double. We have 17. I think double's fine. It's a little bit tricky, though, because our hand's not good enough to double and bid clubs. And if partner bids 2 of a major, which is pretty likely over a takeout double, we don't really have a good follow-up. I mean, if we had 4-card support for one of the majors, we would be able to raise. But on this hand, we don't have support for either major. So I'm wondering if a better plan is to actually just overcall 2 clubs with this hand. Because this is a hand we would like to bid twice, but if we start with double, we don't actually have a reasonable continuation, is kind of the problem. I just noticed there's like a glow behind me. Whoa, that's so weird. It doesn't look like that on the wall behind me, but through the camera, however that's done, it does. Anyway. So yeah, this feels like a weird instance where I would probably prefer to overcall 2 clubs. Hopefully the opponent's bid again, and then I can make a takeout double. Or I guess possibly a penalty double if they get to 2 or 3 no trump. It's a tricky spot, but that would probably be the conclusion I'd come up with at the table, is that double doesn't lead to a very desirable auction most of the time. So anyway, we do decide to double, and I mean, look at what happened. West did bid 2 diamonds. I don't understand why this shows 5 or more. This is definitely a 6-card suit. 2 hearts from partner. So partner made a free bid, but we don't have a good follow-up. I suppose after the free bid, we could consider a 3 diamond bid. Maybe. But that's putting a lot of weight on partner's 2 hearts to really deliver a real hand in an auction like this, where the opponents have bid 3 times. I don't know. Anyway, we decide to pass. West balances 2 spades and it comes pass to us. I hate 3 clubs. I think, whoops. I hate 3 clubs. I think I would probably just double, which generally is just going to be penalty oriented, because partner has some values, right? They bid 2 hearts, so they must have something. We don't have a heart fit. I mean, partner will know that we have heart fit if they have 5, and they could obviously pull the double of 2 spades to 3 hearts if they want. But assuming partner has 4 hearts, our only real fit could be in clubs. It could also be in spades. I mean, partner could be 4-4 in the majors over there. I suppose they might have doubled 2 spades themselves. But regardless, the opponents are not in a 4-4 spade fit, because East bid a no trump and West didn't bid spades earlier. So the opponents are definitely in a 4-3 spade fit. We have a lot of aces and kings. So the fact that trumps are splitting is not necessarily bad news for our side on defense. We should be able to force West and kill the diamond suit entirely. Like, club to the king, king of hearts, queen of hearts, heart, West ruffs, and, you know, we get in with the spade ace and continue clubs or something, and West ruffs again and the diamond suit dies. So I would really like my prospects on defense. I mean, 3 clubs, I don't know where that's going. We decide to bid 3 clubs. Partner bids 3 spades. I mean, who knows what that means? We try 4 clubs. I don't understand 4 clubs. I think we should just bid 3 no at this point. Partner's clearly asking us for a spade stopper, so we should show our spade stopper. It also kind of sounds as if the opponents don't really have a diamond fit. East didn't pull 2 spades to 3 diamonds, so partner probably has diamonds. Anyway, here we are. It looks like, well, partner was joking a little bit with the 2 heart bid. I think you should have a little bit more than that for bidding freely in an auction like this, but here we are. Partner does not have a diamond stopper, by the way. Well, probably not. We'll see if West underleads ace king 5th or something. Very strange that East didn't correct 2 spades to 3 diamonds, I think, with a big diamond fit, but let's see what we can do in 4 clubs. So we have 2 spades and 2 diamonds to lose, maybe. We have the potential to pitch a spade loser on the 4th round of hearts, but that's going to require us to actually score 4 heart tricks. I mean, it's sounding pretty unlikely given West's bidding that hearts split. Let's duck trick 1. I don't see what harm this can do. Jack of diamonds switch. Okay. We'll play low. Ace of diamonds, yep. 10 of spades. Sure. Let's cash the club ace. We only really have 1 entry to dummy anyway, so even if clubs happen to be 4-0, like technically we could pick up queen 9-8 4th in East's hand by leading the 10 on the first round, then leading the 7, then leading the 6, but we just don't have entries to do that. So we'll cash the club ace. All right. I mean, if we're going to make this thing, we would need hearts to be 3-3. So at imps, it's very clear how we would play the contract from here. We would play a heart to the ace and take a club finesse. That way, because West has at least 5 diamonds from the auction, at least 4 spades from the auction, and would need 3 hearts, they could have at most 1 club, and they've turned up with 1 club. It's probably still correct to take this line of play. I mean, this is an auction where I think West is very likely to have a singleton somewhere, and they didn't lead it at trick 1. So they probably have the singleton club. I'm just thinking, West has the ace jack of diamonds, the king queen of spades. It's only 10 high card points. We know that East has the jack of spades. West wouldn't have risked under leading the ace of diamonds at trick 2 if they had king queen jack of spades. So I'm wondering if West just has to have the club queen for their opening bid, which I guess would mean that West is going to be 5-4-2-2. We could still make if it's jack 10 doubleton of hearts in that case, but it is pretty unlikely we would make. I mean, ace jack of diamond, like ace jack 5th of diamonds, ace jack 10 5th, king queen 10 9 4th of spades, jack doubleton of hearts is an 11 count. Small doubleton club, but then again, cashing the king picks that up. Jack 3rd of hearts singleton club. I mean, I would open these 11s. I just don't know if this opponent would. Huh. It's definitely a tricky spot at match points. I guess we don't need to make our decision immediately. We can cross to the heart ace and lead a club up. But East is just always going to follow small, right? Yeah, there's no rush in pulling trumps because even if it's Jack 10 doubleton of hearts, we can always get back to the north hand with the fourth round of clubs. 7 of hearts, 5, ace 6. It looks like hearts are 4-2, and it looks like the hearts are not splitting. So I think this all comes back to, do we think that West is 4-2, 6-1 or 4-2, 5-2? I mean, a priori, definitely 4-2, 5-2 is more likely, but we do have to take into account East's bidding. Like, East didn't bid 3 diamonds at any point in this auction. If they had 4-card diamond support, they probably would have. So I think West is 4-2, 6-1, probably with the Jack of Hearts. You know, I probably should have cashed the King of Hearts and then played a heart to the ace to get a bit more information. But I think this means I'm going to take a club finesse. All right. Wow, West didn't even have the Jack of Hearts. West was 4-3-5-1 with this shape? That was an awful lot of bidding 2 diamonds over there. I don't understand why East never bid 3 diamonds in the auction with 4-card support. Sure, their partner has only promised 5 according to their agreements, which seems crazy. But anyway, plus 130, we'll take it. Didn't East high-low in hearts? Wait a second. Let's get some spot card checks on this. King of spades, Jack of diamonds switch, ace of diamonds, 10 of spades to the ace, 7 of hearts, 5 from West, low, ace, 6 from East. Why did East not play the 4 of hearts? Are they trying to false card their partner over here? I mean, they false carded me. I still did the right thing. I mean, I guess if East had played low, it would have been much clearer to me that West was 4-3-5-1. But plus 130. We've kept up our streak. Board 9. Pass, pass. We're in 3rd seat. We open a diamond. We got 16. It's a really good 16. I do think this hand is way too good for a no-trump opener. The jacks are not necessarily good cards, Jack of spades, Jack of clubs, but they're not worthless. And the diamond suit is just so strong. I think I would plan on opening this a diamond and rebidding 2-no if I got the chance. You know, hopefully we get an auction that's like a diamond, a heart, 2-no. Then I would be very happy with the way the auction started. Heart over call on our left, partner bids a spade, showing 5. Hopefully exactly 5, but we know partner forgets to preempt sometimes. 2 clubs on our right. We jump to 3 diamonds, which ends the auction. How do I feel about 3 diamonds? Like, the heart bid on our left and the fact that East didn't raise hearts is obviously a big red flag when we have 3 small. Partner could produce queen third or something, and then it just starts ace king of hearts and a heart ruff in any contract. We don't have a spade fit. But regardless, we have a lot of nice honors. I mean, if West has overcalled on a 6-card heart suit and hearts are 6-3-2-2 around, we could be making 5 diamonds. I mean, I'm still looking at 3 no trump as the most plausible game contract. It's definitely tricky. We can't just rebid 2-no with 3 small hearts. So I guess 3 diamonds is probably the best we can do. But man, I even feel like I've underbid. All right, queen of spades lead. Wow, partner does just have heart stoppers and nothing else. Although partner's clubs have a little bit of texture missing. If partner just had 10 third of clubs, 3 no trump probably would have some decent play. Queen of spades lead, man. All right, East is going to win the ace. We'll false card with the king, and then we'll go from there. King of hearts switch. Okay, so They didn't get a spade ruff, which is good news. But it does look like hearts are probably 6-1 based on this switch. East is turned up with the king of hearts, the ace of spades, has to have at least one club on her. If East had the diamond king as well, West would have nothing for their one heart overcall. So I think the king of diamonds is marked offside. I think we're going to be going down in this one, but I suppose we should go ace of diamonds. 10 of diamonds and see what happens. Okay, the 10 of diamonds held. That's huge. Let me think about this. Because if I lead the jack of spades, West is going to ruff, and West is then going to switch to clubs. I'll be able to lead a heart up to the jack, which is great, but they're going to score their club trick. If I lead a heart up to the jack right now, West will probably hop up with the queen. But East is going to show out, and then West will play back another heart, and I won't have unblocked the spade jack. I don't think there's much I can do. If I play a diamond, West will just win, and anything that West does is going to work out for the defense if West switches to clubs or if West goes 2 rounds of hearts. So I think I should just try and unblock the spade jack and hope that West does the wrong thing. Okay. West just like, hold on. Can we go back to the auction where our partner showed a 5-card spade suit and West was just like, yep, queen doubleton of spades. That's the opening lead I want to make. All right. Looks like we're in pretty good shape. We will win the ace of clubs. We'll cross to the jack of hearts. Pitch our club loser on the 10 of spades. West can rough in, but we have the rest. Who thought I was going down in this contract? Raise your hand. I mean, if West had king doubleton of diamonds, they would have gotten a heart ruff and a club trick eventually. What a crazy auction from the opponents. They both decided that they wanted to get involved vulnerable against not. I wonder if there was any way to double them. Anyway, board 10. Pass on our right. We open a diamond. We have 14. I don't mind upgrading some 4-4-3-2 hands into a no trump. I think this hand probably qualifies. I would really prefer to have the 9 of diamonds. I think a big factor in choosing whether to upgrade a hand, for me at least, is if I have 2 features that are kind of worth an upgrade. And like just a single spot card like a 10 or a 9 or something, to me doesn't really qualify. It's really like the combination of extra spot cards together. So obviously a suit that's like queen 10 9 fourth of diamonds is so much stronger than queen 10 empty fourth. Similarly, like ace jack 10 fourth of hearts is good, ace jack 10 8 of hearts is better. So I think this hand is pretty close. I could go either way. Probably depends on partnership style, whether or not you upgrade, you know, some percentage of 14s or only the premium ones. But this hand is probably pretty close. I mean, all of your honors are working. The queen of diamonds might be the most useless card in the hand, but at least it has the 10 to accompany it. So we open a diamond, guess spade overcall on our left. Partner makes a negative double. Should we pass? I mean, like, look at my match point brain. Anytime the opponent's bid something and partner makes any sort of double, if they're vulnerable, my first instinct is what happens if I pass? Maybe it's something people can learn from, or maybe I'm just too aggressive about it. But either way, I think it is kind of an important thing to be on the lookout for, because just because partners double isn't penalty doesn't mean you can't still go after a penalty. I do believe that the hand types you want to be passing this double tend to be the ones that are 18 to 19 balanced, with 3 spades is fine, but no heart fit, I think, is the important thing. Having a heart fit, I mean, law of total tricks and whatnot, I don't really read into that too much, but it does matter, because now the fact of the matter is that the opponents are going to have fewer hearts, so we're going to score fewer tricks in this suit, as well as the fact that we might just make a game on our own. So even if we do go plus 200 against them, we might have been making 4 hearts. Even plus 500, we might have been making 4 hearts. So we bid 2 hearts. Yeah, I'm starting to really not like the way this auction has gone, because even though they overcall it in our strongest suit, I still feel like 2 hearts is not enough for this hand with the 14. But obviously, if you open it a diamond, you have to treat it as a balanced minimum, because otherwise you have opened a no trump. So this makes me feel even more like a no trump opener is best. We bid 2 hearts, partner invites, we bid 4. And partner puts down a 5th trump, but that's about it. Not a great hand. Okay. King of clubs lead. So. I was thinking about ways to strip the hand and end play West, but even if I do so, like, let's say West has King Doubleton of Hearts. We could win the club ace, play 3 rounds of spades roughing, cash the heart ace, and exit a club. East would be able to get in, play back a heart. West would win. But even though West is kind of end played, a roughs left doesn't help us. We can pitch a diamond, but we're still going to have to guess the jack later in the play. I mean, it's obviously possible they guess the diamonds for us. I think I want to duck the opening lead. I don't really see what I can gain by winning the ace immediately. And I'm not really concerned about any switch. Like, if West switches to diamonds, that's great for us. If West switches to spades, so be it. If West continues clubs, then... I mean, I also don't really see how it helps to duck, but generally you want to be ducking in spots like this if it doesn't feel like you cost anything by ducking, and it also doesn't feel like you gain anything by ducking, I would recommend ducking. Sometimes it pays off later in the play. All right, king of clubs and a club. So probably makes sense to lead the queen of hearts and take a finesse. East is unlikely to cover, I think. King third, they probably shouldn't, because they might blow up into singleton ace in the partner's hand. King doubleton, they might. So I don't really feel confident about trying the queen of hearts and hoping to pick off like a singleton king in West hand, but let's do it. All right, there's the 9 of hearts from East. I guess we will take the finesse. Unsuccessful. Jack of spades comes back. Let's pull trumps. Okay. So we got some guesswork to do, right? West turned up with king, queen of clubs, at least 5 spades, 2 hearts, we also probably don't know where the diamond ace is. I mean, that jack of spades switch could have been from queen jack. Dummy had both the 10 and 9. So I'm not really reading too much into that card. It could be from jack empty, but I think queen jack is a bit more likely. Although, again, I don't really see why they would lead the jack instead of the queen. That's pretty weird. Because the hearts have split 2-2, we could go king of spades, spade ruff to get a bit more information. I guess we should probably do that. The only concern I have is, well, West can't really have singleton ace of diamonds, right? They would have led the singleton ace. So yeah, king of spades, spade ruff. And then if we need to, we can cross back to our hand in trumps to start the diamonds from the south hand. But let's start like this. So West switched to the jack of spades from jack fifth. All right, let's piece together the hand. It's starting to sound as if West is possibly 5-2-3-3 with king, queen, third of clubs, jack fifth of spades, ace third of diamonds, and king doubleton of hearts. I mean, either way, we still have a guess for the jack of diamonds, but then we're at a 50-50 guess. I think West probably needs the diamond ace to make up their overcall. So West could have more clubs, in which case they might have ace doubleton of diamonds. But yeah, we do have just a complete 50-50 as to where the jack of diamonds is in the general case. I think it's more likely to be an east hand because of the chance that West has 4 clubs, but it's a very small percentage. So I think what we want to do is we want to cross in hearts and lead a diamond up. I mean, West will duck, of course. And I guess I'm going to play the king and play ace for the jack. This could be our first... Oh, West discards a club. Well, that was a big no-no from West because now I have a full count on West's hand. Because now West has to have ace doubleton in the diamond suit. Yeah, big oopsie. And in fact, we actually get a beer by roughing in both hands. So yeah, number 1 principle of false carding. Discard cards you're known to hold. West is known to hold spades, so West should be discarding spades. We were going to do the right thing anyway, but that made it a lot easier for us at the end of play. 2 boards to go. Board 11. We've passed in first seat with ace, ace, king, and a 5-card suit, and some spot cards. Blah. Gross. Partner opens a diamond, and we bid 2-0 as a passed hand. I mean, this is just something that never is going to make sense to me. Because I feel like this was kind of what I learned about bridge the first time I learned to play. But probably within like 2 weeks, I realized that this is nonsense. You can't really have an invite as a passed hand. Okay, I guess I've made this point enough, but yeah, you just don't do this. 5 of hearts lead. So partner has 13 over there. We're in 2-no trump. Well, I don't see any reason to put up the queen. If it gets covered, that's bad news for us. I mean, I guess it would be helpful if the queen wins. Then I could just knock out clubs safely, probably by crossing to the diamond king to lead a club up. And then we would have all of our tricks established. Whereas if the king of hearts is on side and I don't play the queen right now, then the opponents can probably work on spades and might deny me ever scoring a second heart trick. But I think I do want to win the ace and lead clubs towards the king 10 and hopefully set up the suit while keeping West off lead. All right, 5, 6, 10 of hearts. We'll win the ace. Let's lead a club. Okay, West plays the 3, so that's good news. We'll stick in the 10. Ace of spades switch. So it looks like the queen of spades is on side. Okay. Well, let's see if clubs split. So he's turning up with the ace of spades. Oh, that better not be queen jack. That is queen jack doubleton, isn't it? No! Disaster! So a lot of people are just going to play club to the king and a club back, and they're going to get the good news. They'll have 5 club tricks. I think it is important to keep West off lead, though, but that's unfortunate. I have 2 discards. I don't think I can afford to lead a heart up to the queen anymore, because if they can win and cash 2 hearts, dummy's basically going to get squeezed, and if the king of hearts is offside, we're in bad shape. So this is kind of the position I was thinking of when it might have made some sense to put up the heart queen at trick 1. We're going to find out West led away from the king of hearts the 1 time in 100. 7 of hearts discard from West. Jack of hearts from East. Queen of diamonds from West. These are a lot of diamond discards, guys. Well, I think I'm out of good news. All right, West has the queen of spades and the king of hearts. Yeah! We could have done a lot better on this one. We do go plus, but that's probably the first board this week that's going to be below average. All right, last board of the set. We are in 4th seat. Partner opens a club in 2nd. We bet a heart with our 6 count and 6 card heart suit. Partner reverses into 2 diamonds. We bid 2-no, artificial weak. Yeah, a lot of players will play 2 hearts as forcing 1 round, which I would still prefer to make that bid, because we do have extra heart length. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for us to play this hand in hearts. I suppose we could bid 2-no and bid 3 hearts. That would show partner our hand. It feels like that's probably where we want to play. We don't have a fitting club honor, and the fact that we have a singleton club instead of a doubleton makes it pretty likely that we're not taking a ton of tricks and no trump on this hand. So, you know, bidding 3-no unless partner shows any extras is not really something we want to do. Like on this auction, we bid 2-no, partner's expected bid of 3 clubs says nothing, right? So we bid 3-no, which is a pretty poor decision. I think we should bid 2-no, 3 hearts, or 2 hearts, 3 hearts, probably, to show our hand. We're in 3-no, and it looks like it might have been better to play in the 6-2 heart fit. Who could have guessed? Well, spade lead. So we better win the ace to keep our 2 spade stoppers, and now we pause to think for a second. We have a club guess if we want to try it. Trying to pick off 4 club tricks. We could play low to the 9 or low to the jack. Looks like spades are probably 4-4, with West having led from queen 4th. So I mean, the opponents will probably figure out to switch to hearts, but they might do so in a way that blocks the suit. Like if East has king, queen, third of hearts, East might switch to the king of hearts. So I think it is worthwhile to try and set up the club suit. I mean, like, if we play a heart, for example, they could win and then play 2 rounds of spades. It's just not fast enough to get anything else done. So we should play club at trick 2, and we just have kind of a blind guess as to which honor to put in. Let me think about this. What about 5-2 splits? Because low to the 9 picks up the 10 on side, low to the jack picks up the queen on side, but is one of those somehow better against a 5-2 split? I think the answer is no. I can't really see a layout where like flip-flopping the honors, the queen and the 10, works in one case but doesn't work in the other. I mean, obviously if we wanted to try and guess it, we could play the ace king of clubs first, and then if the queen or 10 dropped, there's no guess, and if neither drops, we do have a guess about trying to pick off the queen third or 10 third, but that feels worse because then if we guess the clubs wrong and the hearts don't block, they might cash 3 hearts and a spade and another club. Let's play low to the West passed in first seat. Queen of spades, a heart honor, maybe 2 heart honors, so maybe no club queen. Let's play low to the 9. There's the king of hearts switch. And the 6 of hearts. To the ace. Oh, rude. Very rude. No, it was King Doubleton. Well, we tried our best. Unfortunately, there's no way we can convince West to not cash the spade queen. So we do go down on this one, but at least we guessed the clubs correctly. That's important. Actually, it's a little bit sad. I guess people are going to make this because they'll drop the queen Doubleton of clubs. Maybe thinking that they don't have an alternative way to make it. I mean, the chance of the hearts blocking, if the opponents know we have 6 hearts, is much lower, but then they might not have switched to hearts. But, you know, given that we had never showed extra heart length in the auction, I think there is a decent chance hearts blocked. How did we do? So we got 75 this week. That's not too bad. As expected, board 11 was below average. Last board looks like we still got above average for 3-0 down 1. I'm sure some people found a way to make it. But we got a top on board 9 for 3 diamonds making 4. We did? Huh? How did it... Wait, what? We got a lot of pretty good results. Board 4, we got a 94. 4 hearts making 4. Kind of not surprising. I mean, West made a poor play by hopping up with the Jack of Hearts, and we took full advantage. Lots of 80s as well. Board 2, 4 hearts making the over trick was a big deal, in fact, when we were able to take all of our finesses.